Hi guys, did you know that your collections, charge-offs, late payments, anything negative on your credit report can be considered fraud? It actually is fraud. Actually, the technical term is called willful non-compliance. In today's video, guys, I'm going to show you how you can remove any and everything from your credit report in 30 days using the fraud hack. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, and I create the first cloud-based software that allows you to put your credit repair experience to your own hands. If you're new to the channel, I'm super excited because I have a banger. Today's video, guys, we're going to show you step by step on how you can use the fraud method to remove literally anything from your credit report. Guys, before we get into the video, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. It allows you to push this content to a wider audience and allows us to leave the lights on. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have anything derogatory in your credit report, I mean anything negative, charge-offs, late payments, bankruptcies, medical bills, guys, you name it, please go over to creditapprove.com. It's the website and the software that I was telling you about that allows you to put the full experience to your own hands. Guys, people are removing thousands of dollars worth of debt by themselves. They are no longer using credit repair companies. They are putting this information and this experience into their own hands and appreciating on a deeper level. Guys, please go to creditapprove.com, check out the software and start removing these items, guys, if you have anything derogatory on your credit report. Now, let's dive straight into the meat and potatoes of this video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we're super excited because in today's episode of Credit Talk, we're going to break down how you can remove everything from your credit report under the pretenses of fraud. Yes, guys, I said fraud. Sometimes your collections can be considered fraud. In today's video, we're going to break down step by step on how to remove literally everything from your credit report under the pretenses of fraud. So let's dive straight in. I want to welcome in my co-host, Miss Tina Talks Credit. Welcome back to the channel, Miss Tina. So guys, we have a super exciting video for you guys today. We've been dropping straight gems over the course of the last couple of weeks, and today's video is not going to disappoint. So what I want you guys to do is to get a notebook and a pen and paper, because this is going to be a lot of meat and potatoes, and it's going to give you a foolproof method. If you have went through credit repair in the past, if you have had any type of credit repair experiences that did not pan over well for you, you have your verified responses back from the credit bureaus, anything like that, this video is going to give you every breakdown you need to basically start a new round to get everything removed. So let's dive straight in. So I want to share my screen a little bit and show you exactly the breakdown on how we're going to do this. So as you can see, they say willful non-compliance is fraud. So willful non-compliance is a terminology that the credit bureaus are waiting for when it comes to fraud, right? So willful non-compliance is basically when you send your dispute to the credit bureaus and you basically show them everything and why it is wrong, why your credit report is wrong, why this needs to be removed, and they still sent you back a response saying that it is verified. That is called willful non-compliance. Now, willful non-compliance can possibly also be if they just not compliant to the investigation at all, so they don't respond or anything like that. That is considered fraud. So FCRA violations under the FCR 15 USC, consumer reporting agencies are required to ensure the maximum possible accuracy of the information they report. Willful neglect, non-compliance with these requirements can result to civil liabilities, including damages and attorney fees. So guys, we have seen people actually get money and awarded millions just because they have pursued willful non-compliance and basically sued the credit bureaus for fraud. Number two, fraud versus inaccuracy. A lot of times people like to dispute using the inaccuracy method, but this is the fraud method. Fraud involves intentional deception for personal and financial gain, which would require evidence or deliberate intent. So this basically is something like bad faith. So in insurance, bad faith is basically the insurance adjuster moving in bad faith when it comes to your case. So it's something similar to that. And the liability for non-compliance, when willful non-compliance can consult to fraud if the credit bureaus knowingly provides false information or actively avoids correcting inaccuracies or financial or malicious purposes. This could align to fraudulent behavior. The definition of willful is a violation is considered willful if it's inconsistent with authoritative guidance from a relevant agency. It's also considered willful if the credit report agencies act recklessly, meaning they knew or should have known they were violating the FCRA. So guys, this is a very, very powerful method. Like I said, if you have any type of past credit repair experiences and you know you had a good case and they still did not remove the debt, guys, this method is going to work wonders. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to send it over to the GOAT, the greatest woman of all time in the credit space. I'm going to send it over to my co-host, Miss Tina Talks Credit. She's going to break down how this method is so powerful. She's going to give you guys all the sauce. So I'm going to send it over to you, Miss Tina.
All right. So basically, willful non-compliance is nothing but fraudulent misrepresentation. So with that being said, now, if you're disputing something, I don't care if it's a charge-off account, a late payment, or collection, or what it is, even if it's just personal information. If it's inaccurate and you have disputed it at least once with the credit bureau with correct supporting information so that they can't flag it as frivolous, then you've given them a chance to correct what is wrong. So that basically puts them into willful non-compliance. If they send you back a letter stating that something is verified, that you know for sure that is reported inaccurately, and you sent them in the proof that is actually reporting inaccurately. So what you can do is you can actually file an actual FTC fraud report against the credit bureaus themselves, or even if it's the actual creditor, for willful non-compliance. This works all the time, guys. So when you do this, I highly suggest that you use an affidavit of fact and truth on that. So basically, you'll use it as a dispute letter / affidavit of fact and truth, where you'll attest to the truth of exactly what you did, exactly what the credit bureaus are inaccurately reporting on your credit report, whether you're disputing different fields or if you're using Metro 2 codes, if the account status is incorrect and you keep telling them that and they're not fixing it. Willful non-compliance, basically fraudulent misrepresentation. So I will tell you a few things about willful non-compliance just so that you have a better understanding about what it is and how you can use it for your particular situation. Now, for example, if you have an old account that even reports 1 day past the 7-year statute of limitations and you let the credit bureaus know that and they don't fix it, then that's willful non-compliance. That's fraud because they are misrepresenting you on your credit report while still selling it, might I add, to the creditors or whoever else wants to buy it, the credit monitoring people and all that stuff. So that's fraud. So just to give you some examples of what the different types of things that could constitute willful non-compliance / fraudulent misrepresentation is failure to correct or remove verified errors. That's basically if you're sending them in stuff showing them how something is inaccurate. Failing to acknowledge evidence of identity theft. Ooh, that's a big one. Now, if you send in an FTC report or a police report clearly stating that you are experiencing fraud or you don't know where this account came from and they still leave it on your credit report, that is most definitely fraudulent misrepresentation, willful non-compliance. I would definitely just do an affidavit of fact and truth, attest to all of my truths, attach any supporting documentation that you used in the initial dispute with them, and definitely put in whatever it was that they sent back to you, or even if they did not send anything back to you, and then use the CFPB as a form of escalating the dispute to get that through. And that should work for you. You shouldn't even have to go take it a step further to where you're actually suing them. But yeah, that's a big one. So because with the FTC report, it usually works like gold with getting stuff off your credit report. Reinsertion of previously removed items. Now, a lot of people have had this happen. I've had it happen a couple of times in my younger years of disputing, where if you dispute something, they legally take it off after their investigation, and then a month or two later, you see them put it right back on your credit report with no acknowledgement. They did not contact you. So it's like they're breaking the Fair Credit Reporting Act 5-day reinsertion law if they do not contact you within 5 days of reinserting something back on your credit report. That is willful non-compliance, because during their 30-day investigation that they are legally allotted, they had time to figure out what's going on with the account, and then they chose to delete it for lack of information or for whatever the reason was. So they can't just do that. Don't let them get away with it. Another thing is intentional or reckless misrepresentation. That could be basically anything, like overlooking systematic errors. Like if you're disputing using Metro 2 codes and you know you put your codes in correctly and they are like required fields, because you know how Metro 2 has like lots of fields that are required, and then they have fields that are there but they're not necessarily required. So anytime they're not filling in the fields that are required, then and you let them know that, then that's willful non-compliance as well. But that may be a little bit too deep talking about Metro. I'm sure we're going to do another video.
So willful non-compliance, guys, in a nutshell, is basically you building the case, and the case is solidified by facts. Everything is that you're sending to the credit bureaus is presented by facts you are already laying out, regardless of the method that you're disputing under. Now, if you disputing under Metro 2, factual disputing, if you're using Section 609, any method that you're using and is based under fact, and they do not remove it and they send it back verified, that could be considered as willful non-compliance, guys. So that all you have to do is build a good case. If you build a good case and they do not remove it, you are eligible for this fraud hack, right?
Exactly. It's most powerful when you use an FTC fraud report because it is fraud. So real quick, I do want to show you guys just an example affidavit of fact and truth that I put together to give you an idea of how you can just construct your dispute letter. So this is the affidavit of fact and truth that I wanted to show you. And again, you can get this affidavit and use software creditapprove, where it's there and ready for you to use, just like this. Same thing, it's the good stuff. So definitely, if you go to creditapprove, he's going to give you the good, right, all the stuff that we use. So this is just the affidavit. This is, all the format here. I'm not going to go into reading all of it, but you can see what I'm disputing. So this is just going to be two specific fields that I'm going to give an example of, because of course, if you're going to get them for willful non-compliance, you're not, necessarily going to be always disputing the entire account. You're going to be disputing several different things in it. So this is just an affidavit that's going to go to one specific credit bureau. So we're calling out on this one, and it's only highlighted to show you where I'm going after the balance. It says does not match records. The date open inaccurate, does not match records. And of course, I'm giving them the Fair Credit Report for compliance. All of that information is going to be there. And of course, I'm going to tell them that this is the notice of willful non-compliance. And I'm going to give them, of course, everything that they should already know, which is what can happen to them, if they're, caught for doing this. And also, as with any kind of dispute letter, you always want to hear me say, so notice of willful non-compliance. So you definitely want to have that in your dispute letter. And this is going to tell them like what's going on and what can happen to them if found guilty of this. And you're going to request a correction or removal. You can just request a removal if that's your preference, whatever works for you. And this is the initial affidavit, which should be the only affidavit that you should have to send to them. But basically, this is letting them know that we are giving you a chance to resolve this matter before, we take further steps, because, you can sue them for this. And of course, you're going to have your affidavit notarized. You're going to do your FTC report if that applies to you. And for me, I would probably go straight to escalations. And what I mean by that is just to file a complaint with the CFPB and upload all this information into their website. So that way I at least have the government as the middleman, dealing with this right here. But if you want to mail it out, that's fine too. But this should get you what you want, as far as willful non-compliance and then correcting things or deleting things.
Man, that's super, super powerful, man. Like, guys, the affidavit of facts is so powerful because it is a actual legal document. Credit bureaus are not used to seeing affidavits. They just not. They're usually seeing dispute letters and templates and things like that. But when they get an affidavit, they take the case very seriously because it becomes serious at that point. Guys, like I said, if you want to do any of this, matter of fact, if you want us to show you step by step on how to file this with the CFPB, the FTC, or in with the creditapprove, type credit repair inside of the software. Now, guys, if this is just too much for you and you're a little intimidated by the whole process, and if you are lost, guys, go to Tina Talks Credit, go to her channel. Her link will be in the description below. Her and her staff will handle all of this for you step by step. You won't have to worry about doing it right or anything like that. If you want to do it yourself and do it, have a cheaper route, you can do everything that we're teaching you hands-on inside the creditapprove software, guys. Like I said, type in the comment section credit repair if you want us to break this down even further. Now guys, now she do have her own process, her own company. So if you, like I said, if you want to handle this yourself, go to My Credit Approve. If you want her to handle it, guys, she is the GOAT of credit repair. That's why she's on this channel, because she is one of the best, if not the best, in the country when it comes to this dispute process. And I just wanted to give you guys, don't ever say I didn't do anything for you guys, because bringing her on this channel is going to help you guys transition and get everything removed. Like, if you can't get the stuff removed from these affidavits and these methods, then you just need to probably hire a person, hire Miss Tina and have her do it personally. But yes, guys, I think that this is a lot of sauce, a lot of meat and potatoes in this episode. And yeah, guys, I'm super excited. Leave a comment in the comment section to let us know if you need any additional help, you have any questions or concerns about the video going further. Did you have anything else to say before we get out of here, Miss Tina?
Nope, I'm good. I just hope these videos are helping you guys.
Absolutely. All right, so I don't know why we got a thumbs down. That's weird. But all right, guys, until next time, take care of your credit and take care of yourself. Credit Coach Q out. Peace.